Up next, the Kings taking on the Pelicans. For the Sacramento Kings, a 1-2 record to begin the season. They want to get back to 500. Pelicans, Kings, tip-off coming up right after this. Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. This is Brian Anderson. Coach Dan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce round out our broadcast crew for this one. And we check out the power rankings with plenty of time left in the season. So much could be different by the end of the year. Taking a look at Los Angeles, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Well, I think for New Orleans, they're in the lower end of the rankings and headed down. Not the position you want to find yourself in. Now, we'll see if they can stabilize in the coming games.
And checking out the New Orleans opening lineup. They've got Scotty Barnes, and it's Marks in at the 3. And for Sacramento, they've got Thompson, and it's Baldwin in at the center. Now here's Thompson. Pass to Queen. Here's Coleman. Well, Grant, we're still early on in this new season. I imagine it can be difficult to get back into the flow of things.
You know, B.A., you're spot on. It definitely takes some time to get used to the grind of the season again. You know, between the traveling and the hotel rooms, changing time zones. But you find your flow again eventually.
Here's Peters. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Here's Coleman. 17 points in his last outing. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Flanders. Here's King. Pass to Barnes. To the inside. It's stolen, and they're on the break. Almost 2 minutes into the first here. And here's Thompson for 3. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
Yeah, they know they should have played better in that one. I'm not quite sure what happened.
Yeah, look, that's not the kind of performance they would have liked. But the one good thing about this league, the next game's always right around the corner.
Here's Queen, and there's the call on Scotty Barnes. That's his first foul. Here's Coleman. Just 4 to shoot. The 3 from Thompson.
3 misses in a row. Still looking for their first bucket.
Again, the miss by the Kings. Down low. Here's Peters. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And Sacramento calls their first time out of the game. A look now at the leaderboard to see which teams had the toughest defenses this past season. The Pelicans, #1.
And their gritty mentality when it came to defense was really infectious. They were the best last year at holding opposing teams to low-scoring totals.
Sacramento has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. They set a pick. Here's Thompson. That one drops for him.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
New Orleans in the lead. Pass to Marks. 3-pointer. Sacramento grabs the miss. Defeated by Utah in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
You know, sometimes you just don't match up with a team no matter what you do. And it starts to feel like quicksand.
Yeah, it wasn't a close one. And sometimes That's the kind of loss you'd rather have because it really gets the attention of your player.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Here's King. He's coming off a 25-point game against New York.
And his shot blocker, 4 rejections. He was causing all sorts of havoc.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks, yeah, I was able to talk to Sacramento's head coach. We chatted about Scotty Barnes. In terms of the game plan, Coach told me they plan to give Scotty extra attention, saying, quote, "We'll try to make things hard on him. It's key we don't allow him to get into an early groove. We'll see if they can execute." Back to you guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Queen. No made baskets yet. Here's the pick. Lets the 3 fly. That doesn't go either for Thompson.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Flanders. Shot on the wing. Love grabs the miss.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Here's Queen. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
Here's Marks. Covered by Love. Pass to Queen. Oh, deflected. Here's Flanders. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York. Here's Marks to win the run. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Thompson with a screen. With the floater. Queen pass to Thompson. Sacramento passing it around. From behind the arc. Queen misses. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. Pass to Flanders. Here's King. No points so far. And no good trying to use the glass. And here is Thompson. Outside Love. Here's Coleman. To the paint. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
And that's a solid play. Make him earn his points at the free throw line.
Sacramento shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And so he makes both from the... And New Orleans will go for a different look here. They've got Thompson, and it's Coleman in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Picked his pocket. Here's King. Pass to Ramsey. Love with the defensive effort. Kings trail by 8. There's the triple. Can't get it to go, making him 0 for 2.
That's staying connected to the shooter and timing the contest.
King, the pass to Garrett. Here's Ramsey. Here's King. Still no points. 3 on the clock. Second chance effort. Here's Garrett. And again, New Orleans no good. Sacramento has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Thompson against Henderson. Pass to Coleman. The 3 ball. Ramsey pulls it in. The Pelicans lead by 8. Here's Garrett. Pass Pass to Henderson. Fires from way outside. Sacramento grabs the miss.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Here's King. Pass to Garrett. Here's Ramsey. To the middle. Here's King, and he goes in for the dunk.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
And the Kings call time here. Christie's checked in for Thompson.
Your number 16 True Gibbs team. Get wild once again.
Love, high post. Pass to Coleman. Outside Love. Now here's Christie. Clock at 6. They set the pick. Over Henderson. And another miss by Sacramento.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Pass to Ramsey. Hey, from beyond the arc. Baldwin with a rebound. Kings trail by 10. Now here's Christie. Yet to see a basket. Here's Coleman. Jacks up a 3. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Kings ball as Sacramento keeps possession. Six to shoot. Pass to Love. It's hauled in by New Orleans.
Yeah, he's really off. He needs to stop forcing things and move that ball.
Here's King. And he banks in the layup. And now a 12-point New Orleans lead.
They're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Outside Love. Pass to Coleman. The 3. They get it again. Here's Queen. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for New Orleans.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight, turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
And it's New Orleans with another.
You really have to question the defensive effort on that possession.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Now here's Christie. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Love for 3. He buries it from 3.
And when you're trailing in a game, it can be tempting to try to go for the big play.
Here's King. He's got 6. And a two-handed jam!
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Got to communicate and switch that screen.
Knew exactly where his teammate would be. That's a product of good chemistry.
Henderson left side. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Coleman. That 3's off the mark.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Here's King. Give him 8. One second left. No good on the buzzer beater. Tari Eason has been leading the charge for the Pelicans. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. Back to the game after this break.
Get ready for some RPM and
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Gotta appreciate the way they're moving the ball. The offense is flowing like my rap game. When you bring the right beat, you know my name.
You know what? It is a debate. Were you a better rapper or you a better DJ as you are today?
Now that's me, Kenny, DJ EJ. And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule ahead.
Check it out, the Kings. I love a new season, new faces, new places. Get to watch the rookies develop. Nothing better.
Yeah, it's great to be back for us and for the players and for the fans. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books, one half to go. And so Thompson will bring it up for Sacramento. It's a 10-point game. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Barnes, and it's Peters in at the center position. Now here's Thompson. Three-pointer off the mark. Here's Flanders. Pass to King. Here's Peters. Here's Flanders. No good on the three.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Here's King. Pass to Peters. Here's King. 6 on the shot clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Three-pointer. Rebound by Sacramento. Love's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now Thompson. He's got 15. Another one falls for Sacramento. Here's King. Leading by 5. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thank you. Scotty Barnes letting everyone know. He said, I'm a great defender. I feel like it doesn't really get talked about enough. I guard whoever, 1 through 5. That's what I pride myself on and what I'm ready to do every time I step on the floor. Guys?
A tone setter at that end. Thanks much for the report, Allie.
That halftime break didn't seem to do them any favors. Starting off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Barnes passes to Flanders. Here's King. And here's Barnes. Here's Flanders. Shoots over Thompson. And again, New Orleans no good.
Well, you look at the score in this game, it's not reflective of the night he's had. He's struggling.
Away from way outside. And King pulls it down. The Pelicans lead by 5. Pass to Marks. Here's King. To snap the cold streak. Got a piece of it. And they'll keep possession. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Sacramento has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Second personal foul. First team.
On defense, New Orleans. They're scoreless since the first half. They set the pick. Here's Thompson. Pass to Coleman. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Flanders.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. the team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Here's King. Give him 8 points now. Nails it from 3. Flanders has got 7.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's Thompson. He's got 17. Releases from the wing and drills it. Thompson's got 7 points for the quarter. Here's King. Pass to Flanders. Here's Marks. Lets it go from deep. Thompson pulls it in.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Fires from deep. Sends it home from three-point land. And now just a 3-point New Orleans lead.
Can't blame the deficit on him. He's been scoring at will this period.
Pass to Marks. Over Love. Rebound by Sacramento.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Thompson's shot is off.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Here's King. Give him 8 points now. Lots of room. Hauled in by the Kings. Baldwin's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight. Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough work in the mid-range area.
Here's King. Step back shot. Over to the left wing. Fires for 3. It doesn't go for him.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
It's Barnes on the wing. There's a screen to end the drought. Here's Peters. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Now here's Thompson. 22 points for him. Oh, it's stolen away. King, the pass to Blackman. And the Pelicans miss again. Kings trail by 6. The 3 from Thompson. The shot off that time. Here's King. Give him 8 points now. And when you're trying to slow down a great score, there are those shots you just gotta live with, Stan.
Well, look, BA, you can't take away everything, particularly from the great players. I think when you're game planning, what you have to decide is just that. What can you live with and what do you want to take away? And you try to just make those great players a little bit less efficient. You're not going to shut them down, but maybe you can make them a little bit less efficient.
So it's the Pelicans now, following the score by Sacramento. Barbosa can't get it to go. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Back to Thompson. Pass to Baldwin. 5 on the clock. Tipped.
Well, he can't buy a bucket, but it's time to find other ways to help his team win.
Here's Peters. Again, the Pelicans good for 2. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for New Orleans.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And you also have to respect the pride they take in playing defense. They've been able to get some takeaways because of their activity level.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Showing the numbers from last. The Pelicans lead by 4. They've got Max Christie, And it's Asenge in at the power forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Pass to Bassi. Here's Hughes. Here's King. Some nice passing by New Orleans here. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
It shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
Thompson outside. And another Sacramento 3.
He hit a couple from range in the first half, but now his confidence is through the roof.
Here's King. Henderson with it. Pass to King. Oh, stolen by Richardson. Now here's Thompson. Back to Richardson to tie it up. And the Kings with another 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Here's King. Henderson outside. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That's good from Henderson. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And man, looking good from the line so far this half.
Sacramento has gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the 4th. Now here's Thompson. Defense is right there. Back to Christie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it fly. And Sacramento again with the bucket.
After being behind for so long, they must be relieved to finally get this thing tied up.
Yeah, guys, they've shown a ton of character in making this comeback. Now they've got to finish the job.
To the wing on the left. And here's Bassi. Takes the 3. Thompson pulls it in. And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Kings. Driving to the basket.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the point.
And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. And Sacramento making a change here. Second free throw, no good.
Well, they're up 1. We just hope that missed free throw doesn't come back to haunt them.
They get it back. Here's King. Outside for Henderson. Pass to Hughes. And here's Bassi. Here's Hughes. Henderson outside. Launches it from deep. Sinks it. What range from downtown. And the Pelicans lead by 2. The Kings have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the 4th. Here's Thompson. Jacobson, pass to Thompson. Inside. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Henderson outside. Pass to Hughes. Here's Blackman. Back to Bassi. Here's Hughes. Defended by Christie. From outside the arc. Jacobson with a rebound. Jacobson's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Asenge no good.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Here's King. Bassi, the pass to King. Ooh, Ooh, that one makes him 7 for 14. Got a nice rhythm going here today.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Thompson, no good.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Here's King. Pass to Blackman. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Asenge.
And look, he's had an off night, but it won't matter as long as they hold on to this lead.
To the inside. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. Now here's Bassi. Down low. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Here's Thompson. It's intercepted. Henderson for three. Jacobson with a rebound. Jacobson's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Lets it go. Shot's good by Thompson. Thompson's got 30.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
The Pelicans call timeout. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over the last break, I listened to the Pelicans coach address his team. He dug into his team for being too complacent on offense, saying, you're just chucking up the first 3 you see out there. Be more patient on offense, move the ball around, make the defense work. Guys, let's see if ball movement improves out there.
And Allie, thank you for that. 4 on the clock. King. Rebound by Sacramento. Now here's Thompson. Pass to Queen. Here's Coleman. Lob for 3. And no good. Here's King. Here's Ramsey. And again, no good by New Orleans. That's tipped. And here they come. Here's King. To the paint. Here's Coleman. There's the screen. Pass to Queen to take the lead. And out of bounds. New Orleans will have it.
New Orleans ball.
New Orleans is gone just 1 of 6 from downtown in this final quarter. Here's King. Outside Barnes. To the middle. Stripped away. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Here's Coleman. Here's Baldwin. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Kings lead by 2.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
And their offense has been much tighter since halftime. The guys are starting to work together, moving the ball around, getting good shots.
To the paint. Here's Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Yeah, exceptional job. Barnes just diving towards the open area off the pick.
Outside Love. Here's Thompson. Here's Baldwin. Pass to Coleman. Outside Love. Sacramento passing it around. Here's Thompson. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
Driving inside. He gets it to go.
Yeah, this period, they're letting him go to work, and it's paying off.
Baldwin! And he gets a nice high percentage look.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
The Pelicans call timeout.
One more time for your Sacramento Kings.
Pelicans trail by 4. Here's King. Jacks up a 3. It's off.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit one from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Nice! That one's good.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Oh, no good on the layup. Sacramento leading by 6. No question, this offense has some firepower.
And they're looking very confident in all that they're doing right now.
Yes, sir! Banking in the layup.
Well, sharp interior passing is so important. The best way to create high percentage buckets.
Oh, using the reverse. What a bucket.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
There's a minute 26 left in the 4th. Oh, it misses.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Here's Thompson. Ready off the pass. He lays it in.
Well, he's getting all he can offensively and making the most of it.
Here's King. Barnes outside. From deep. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
When it comes down to crunch time, Barnes wants the ball in his hands.
Now Thompson. 44 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Shot clock at 6. Excellent defense, forcing that big miss.
First clean look they have. I mean, they've got to take it.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
Here's Coleman.
King, third personal foul. Third team.
Thompson. Quick 2. All net.
Big ups to this coaching staff. Great play design there.
And you never want to say never, but in this case...
Yeah, at this point, I don't even know if divine intervention could turn this around.
Yes, sir, it's good.
New Orleans foul. King, fourth personal foul. Fourth team foul.
He drops the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game. So it's Sacramento picking up the win. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding.